Hello again, everybody. It's Joe Deacon with Jim Benson. We're back for another episode of the Redbird Report. Jim, how you doing?
Not too bad, Joe. How about you?
Not too bad. And so the Redbirds are also doing pretty good. Big win over Wichita State last week, and then go to Bradley and win big there. So they're now 15-4 overall and 7-0 alone atop the Missouri Valley.
Yeah, the Express just keeps rolling on. As they said after the game at Bradley, defense travels. Their defense has just been outstanding the last 7 or 8 weeks, and it was at Peoria. It was against Wichita State. Defense travels,
yeah.
And that's kind of their calling card right now. A couple little hiccups there. They're starting to turn the ball over a little bit right now, and that's a little bit. No, it's a big concern for Dan Muller. I just talked to him a couple minutes ago. He wants to get this problem corrected real fast, but everything else is looking pretty good right now.
They had to feed pretty well off of that win over Wichita State, knowing it's such a big game, such a big opponent, and so much was on the line.
Yeah, and a lot of people thought there might be a little bit of a letdown. There wasn't at Bradley at all. Maybe the first 5 minutes of the game, it wasn't a letdown. They just were kind of throwing the ball away a little bit. Then they settled down and really kind of took control of that game. They have so many veterans on this team. They have a goal. Their goal, like they said, wasn't to be 6-0 in the Valley. Their goal is to win the Missouri Valley Conference. They weren't going to let a big win over Wichita have us slip the next day. It took them 19 years to find first place in the Valley. They didn't want to They didn't want to lose it after 3 days.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to be losing it for a while.
No, and they've actually got a good home winning streak going now, 15 in a row, 9-0 at home this season, and then they've got 2 home games coming up in the next week with Drake tomorrow night and Indiana State next week.
Yeah, Drake is a kind of a unique story. They have really turned things around since they had a coaching change in early December. Jeff Rutter is their new coach, and he's kind of spread them out a little bit on the offense, and they're shooting a lot of three-pointers. They're a dangerous team. They're tied for 3rd place in the Valley right now. They have 4 Valley wins. If you'd have told me they had 4 Valley wins at the beginning of the season, I'd have told you you're nuts. I thought they might actually go 0-18. They have really kind of turned things around. A dangerous team. When a team can shoot three-pointers, they're a dangerous team. Illinois State is by no means looking past them.
Yeah, they're responding to a bit of a different voice now, it seems like.
Yeah, it is. Rutter obviously was an assistant coach on the staff, but when a guy moves over his seat on the bench, it is a little bit different. He kind of tweaked things. Like I said, they're playing more wide-open offense. Sometimes 4 guards out there, and they're all lethal from the three-point line. So it's a different kind of team. ISU can't be asleep tomorrow night, that's for sure. And
then with the Sycamores coming in next week, they've already gone to Indiana State and won there, finally getting rid of that hex they've had over in Terre Haute. Another big game coming up for them.
Yeah, if you say Drake is probably the most surprising team in the league, Indiana State is definitely the most disappointing. They're tied for last place right now with Evansville. Didn't see that coming at all. They have veterans back. Brenton Scott is one of the league's best players. They got some other guys around them who have been around the Missouri Valley Conference block. It's just amazing that they are sitting tied for last place, and they play Wichita State tomorrow. They're probably still going to be in last. They might be in last place by themselves when they come over here next week. Very, very surprising. But they're another team that's dangerous, and Illinois State. You ask guys like Paris Lee and Deontay and Mikhail about Indiana State, and they'll remember losing to them at the Valley Tournament last year. I don't think they're going to look past them either.
Yeah. Well, when you get on a run like this, it's always start to generate some talk about the NCAA tournament. And we kind of see that as we take our questions from Twitter. And our first one comes from our good friend Michael. He said, with the next 4 games are going to define the season, and what's going to be the minimum record for an at-large bid?
Well, he asked if it's going to define the season, yes or no. No, the next 4 games are not going to define the season. 3 of those games are at home, and the other one's at Evansville. ISU is heavily favored in all of those games. The games that are probably going to define the season are February 4th at Wichita State, February 15th at Missouri State, and February 25th at Northern Iowa. That's
the 3 big road games.
The 3 toughest road games in the league by far. Those will define the season. As far as a minimum record for an at-large bid, guys who are a lot smarter about this than me, are already out there saying the Valley has not done enough in the non-conference season to warrant 2 bids this year, regardless what Illinois State or Wichita State does in the regular season. Now, if Illinois, that's debatable. I don't know, but they study it a lot more than I do. So I would say the minimum record. Just in my mind, for an at-large bid, they got to go at least 17-1 to get an at-large bid. In my mind, that's the minimum they have to do in the regular season in the Valley.
Yeah, and like you said, guys kind of say that, but you never know how the other leagues are going to fare out the rest of the year too, and what might transpire.
Yeah.
It looks like it's possibly a one bid league, but we never know what the committee's going to do either.
No, you don't. That's exactly true.
Our next question comes from Austin, and he says a first place finish and 2 wins over Wichita State, and a Saturday loss to Wichita at the Arch. Would that be enough?
Well, first of all, if all that happened, it wouldn't be a Saturday game against Wichita. It would be a Sunday game against Wichita.
It would be
because Wichita would be the number 2 seed.
They'll be on the opposite
and they'll
side.
be or 2 or 3 seed. Maybe if they would fall to 3, they'd be on the opposite side. So is that enough? If Illinois State would lose on Saturday in the Arch, they're done.
Yeah,
they have no chance for an line.
They at the very least have to get to the
In my
title.
mind, 17-1, getting to the title game, and maybe losing on a last-second bucket or a very close game. You can't go to the Arch and lose by like 30 points like they did to Drake in 2008. I mean, that just leaves the committee a whole week to digest your bad performance. As we saw, in 2008, the experts kind of picked Illinois State apart for that whole week. They didn't make it. So I would say 17-1, getting to the Valley title game Sunday, you have a little bit of a chance.
Still, the best thing would be to win that Sunday game.
Take all the doubt out of the conversation.
Exactly. Our last question comes from someone who's going by Catch and Shoot. And he wants to know, does Paris Lee have the most underrated hair in the nation?
I don't know. Paris Lee has the best hair in the team. You ever look at Tony Wills?
Pretty good.
I don't know all hairstyles in the country. I'm kind of an older guy now. I don't study the hair across the country. Paris, I'll tell you what, Paris's hair. We'll have to do a picture maybe in a paper about his evolution of his hair through the years. He's had a couple different hairstyles at Illinois State. The red braids are really kind of a cool touch.
They are. They really help punch the uniform up a little bit too.
Let me say, he has the most underrated hair in the Valley that I've seen right now, and maybe Tony Wills might be second.
There you go.
Tony's got great hair.
Yeah, that's an all-hair team.
Yes, they are.
All right, well, that's going to do it for another episode, as we'll be back again hopefully next week. And as always, we'll ask for your questions on Twitter. You can send them to Jim at PG_Benson. Thanks for watching.